wanted to come visit him ever since Eros was freed, but there was never an opportunity. You see, Hunter, the deity we did all our research on really does exist. He looks just like you at the moment, but he's promised me, once his powers are restored, he'll bring you back.
Finally, I've got my chance to go on a date with Mr. Eros, but now we've come to a burial ground? With a past like that to shoulder, wouldn't it become a burden on the present? Well, in a nutshell, they're pretty conservative folks. The Vesperine city of Ringlos is built over a canopy of clouds, right atop of Celia. It's totally divorced from all that worldly fussing and bluster. I guess you could say it's peaceful and all that, but at the same time, it's fusty, stuffy, maybe? And there's also that spirit power that Phoenix mentioned already. Some Vesperine folks possess a special kind of power. Well, I always thought it was pretty darn similar to divine power myself. Regrettably, I don't. But that's just dandy too. Vesperine who got themselves the power also got the responsibility for keeping Ringlos afloat. There are all sorts of places up there running on spirit power. Human technologies have already come far enough to supersede it. But there's plenty of Vesperine who won't let go of the old ways. They still think it's the spirit power that makes them superior to others. That's also why they turn their noses up at the ingenuity of the humans. They'll be needed as long as folks believe in them, Mr. Eros. As long as I'm here, you don't need to worry about that. On account of its unique location, not to mention the prejudices of the Vesperine themselves, Ringlos has exceptionally strict entry controls. But of course, there's always citizens wanting to go out, and strangers looking to come in. Going out to see the world, coming in to get a glimpse of the heavens. Anyway, it's a real ball ache to have so many strangers coming in all the time. You can apply, but they ain't necessarily gonna let you in. Like me, for instance. I don't even want to go back there. I'm glad I don't have any spirit powers, just so I could get out of that prison in the clouds. Though in the end, it just feels like I've hopped from one cage to another. I'm a prisoner of my own fate. But I've been lucky enough to meet you, Eros. It was you who taught me liberation can also be a form of desire. If I could ever go back up on stage, I'd want to sing just for myself. Not for no audiences, and most definitely not for some fancy showbiz agency. I'd do it purely for me.
Let's go. I'm done here. Saying farewell is always the hardest part. I don't think I've ever lost anyone so close to me before. The wound that Hunter left behind was so deep. I've been chasing after his shadow all this time. But it's time to leave him in peace. I mean, I have to move forward again. To look to tomorrow. It's not that. Of course it'd be great if he could come back. Only I've come to understand now that after everything, I'm no longer the same person I was when he knew me. Say goodbye to what's past and embrace the here and now. Cartilia once told me that. I think she was right. Those who have passed over have had their time already, and the living have a responsibility to keep striving onwards.
I should be congratulating you, Inase.
Huh?
Because you've also liberated yourself from what constrained you.
I've never thought that Hunter was holding me back, but you're right. In fact, it was I who was holding myself back. To fill the hole he left behind, I had to have something to chase after. I was just using Hunter's memory to bind myself down. Yeah. Goodbye, Hunter. Let's go, Eros.